I'm back. I am back. So let's resume. I've been working with, let's see. So this week is Django and Reactjs. Let's work on it. So we've been looking into, okay. We've been doing um, React.js. Yeah, we've been doing React.js, but also we've been doing Django. Okay. What is that? Okay. We've been doing Django, which means I need to review my notes. And clearly this doesn't work. Cloud AI. Okay. Projects. I need to go into this. Okay. So Django. We've been talking a lot about models and all the features available by Django, which is model creation, relationships, CRUDs, where creation, deletion, and update is pretty straightforward, where things get really complex is when doing queries. Because we have multiple options. We can chain functions, we can chain the filters, the excludes, the sort by, and if that's not enough, we can use lookups to filter more information like numbers, greater or rather than, greater or less than, for example. Or we can look for strings, substrings matching, matches. We can check if a word or a string starts with or ends with something. And if we want to have Boolean conditions, we can start using the queue object from Django, from the Django.db library, which is gonna allow us to have more complex querying scenarios. We can also have some aggregate functions to calculate sums, average, and things like that. Some statistics operations. So we can have like a pre-built chained queries, so we don't have to type the same query over and over, in a way that we can have those queries already predefined in a class with a specific function which can be called anytime we want, like having a specific variable where we can pull all the books from the most popular users in the platform with the most rating, with the top rating, the top 5, let's say, top 5 books from the most popular users in the platform, let's say, something like that, where we can have a lot of or multiple chains in order to get that query, multiple conditions, booleans, and validation conditionals to get that kind of information. We don't need to type that every time we need to pull the data. We just need to create a function to get that specific data. And it is not any kind of function that can go, let's say, in the model class for the books or for the users. This is a function that can be created for the manager class. Manager is a architectural design called the factory design, where on top of the filters, excludes, and sort by, we can add some other custom functions where we can query what we are really looking for. And in order to do that, we don't touch the models because those are not factories. We create a custom class that has to inherit from the manager class. So from there we can put whatever function we want with a specific chain of or complex queries. So we can also do signals, where these are basically dispatchers, where whenever we want to trigger something or a function upon any CRUD function like create, delete, or update, we can trigger some, I think, asynchronous functions that can be, no, not asynchronous, some other functions that can be executed upon any creation, deletion, read, or update function or event. So those are the signals, which are classes as well that we need to specify. So I pretty much remember everything. So the only thing I need to do is to start querying, doing the job. Because after that, what we have is templates and views. So this is all related to, wait. This is all related to Django CRUD operations, models. The relationships, one-to-one, many-to-one, many-to-many, which is kind of a straightforward to do. So it's using basically SQLite to run the application, which is okay to start with. We have a bunch of fields for a specific given model. We can have text fields, char fields, boolean fields, date fields, datetime fields. We can even have custom fields that we can create by our own, and define our properties on all of them. So we got a lot of things, how to create dot objects, dot create, dot all. The dot get function is specifically to get one single object. It will throw an error if the database is returning a bunch of objects. The dot objects dot all is supposed to get all the information from database. All the objects, which not something used most of the time, but it's good to know. It is good to know. So URLs, views, and templates. This is for the next, because I need to test all of this thing. Models. So as for views and templates, so templates are gonna be there. Yeah, the HTML content that's about to be rendered. So it needs some processing before, some variables that needs to be processed on the way. It's almost the final step to generate the HTML content for the user. And the views is basically how the kind of the controllers for some other web frameworks. where it's going to take data from the models and it's going to send it or pass it through the templates, and it's going to return the HTML content to the user. So that's what a view is, kind of the controller for me. We have different kind of views: function-based, class-based. Class-based seems to be more complete and more practical. URLs. So now that we have the view and the template, we need the URL. We need to specify what's gonna be the URL to be exposed for the user so they can start seeing the HTML content. So we have some examples on how to create the function-based views. Some templating skills to be developed here. Some tags, how to parse variables, how to filter the information that's about to be rendered. Yes, that's good. That's great. That's amazing. Template inheritance, because we want to reuse HTML snippets and templates. CSS can be used here as well. Oh, amazing! So this seems to be pretty straightforward. Now we're into Django admin. So I didn't take any note, and I already read the entire URL mapping. So what? How many pages is this? Obviously, it's less. No, it's not less. It's the same amount of page. No, it's less. Django administration is supposed to be. It's the most important features of Django. Django administration, because it provides us a specific place where we can administrate all the objects that we create. We can filter, group, and let other people get in and start administrating the platform or the web application. So we also have user administration here, and the Django administration, which is gonna be the full administrator with all the permissions to create objects in the platform. It's a built-in battery for Django, which is really great. It really accelerates the development process. No need to create the administration thing. But this is for the initial stage. Later on, we should have our own administration page, but this one helps a lot, and it's really long. It is a really long chapter, unless I didn't read the chapter number 5. No, I'm okay. Chapter number 5 is static files. So administration is gonna be great. It's gonna be the next thing. URLs, templates, and views pretty much straightforward, easy to go. So let's study a little bit. Okay. Let's see if we are able to see this one. I don't care. So I need to see some code. Oh my god. What is that? Okay. Let's go with this. What is this? This is something new. So what we got here? Django Framework Advanced Architectural Analysis. Wait, what? So this is the kind of the design patterns that Django offered to us. Active record pattern, template method pattern, observer pattern, which is designer, factory pattern, which is the model manager. Strategy pattern is the pattern where we decide which backend to use for a specific action, let's say. Storage backends, database backends, caching service backend, iterator backend. So, okay, this is pretty much architectural review. Okay, let's go with this one. Let's go with this one. Okay, let's go. Models. So we create the project, the app, we include the app into the settings, we do the model creation, we make sure we import the models, package, library or class, whatever, DjangoDB.models. We got some validators here, times on. So we basically, we create the author, the author. Let's check this one. Pronunciation doesn't seem to be good, so I'm reviewing this.
Called Blue Zones. And the author went around and found cultures where people routinely live to
Author.
strive to author these moments.
Author. Okay, that's a little bit hard to pronounce. So we define the class, model. We have different kind of fields. Chart field, date field, text field, URL field. Amazing. We define some ordering by default ordering. I guess when we pull the data, it has to have some order, and the default is gonna be based on the name column. We got indexes, we got publisher now. Publisher class, pretty small one. Category, slug field, which seems to be interesting. That's gonna to create. Let's see. Django slug field. Slug field is a chart field, but it's special. It contains a validator that validates if the entered string is indeed a slug. What specifically is a slug? What? It's like concatenated or something like that. Auto slug, something we have here. It's a kind of validator, I guess, to have clean URLs. But that's just an idea. That is just an idea, Ross. It is a short label for something containing only letters, numbers, underscores, or hyphens. So it's pretty much a clean way of something, mostly used for URLs. No spaces, no special charts, nothing like that. So we have a bunch of models. Now we have migrations. Migrations Data population, that's something I will skip for now. I don't need it yet. And then we have the shell. So in the shell I can import all the needed models and start creating models. I start creating models. I might have a Python script just to do this, or maybe the shell is gonna be better. But I create objects. So book has authors, and I want to see how is that defined as relationship. The book has authors, many to many field. So that's on the book side. Something in the author side? No, nothing, anything. And what about the relation between both of them? Is there any specific table for it? Let's figure it out. Authors. Relate the name books. Back. I am back. I'm so back. Okay, we review the model relationships with the crowd via the shell. We do the read operations. If I can do that, if I can do that, then it's gonna be. I can call it a day. I need to use the filters. Filter, exclude, and complex queries. Something that I really need to. I have to use it. Oh, aggregations, relationship, joins and relationships, distinct, subqueries with and complex filters. So that's gonna be for the next. Yeah, that's it. Let's go. But also need to look a little bit on React, React.js. React.js. Okay, so what's that smell? Something is not okay. Okay, so React. Need to have some examples to know how to develop my own components. But it's more important than that is I need an overview. Then give me an overview of it. Point it out and describe for me all the features of React. Is like describing a tree from its very top root all the way down to its um, branches and leaves. Okay, what we have about React.js: components, functional components, class components. That follows the Ecmax script 6. Not that common in modern React. Okay, data flow, state, internal component that can change over time. Props, read-only data pass from parent to child components. Context API, mechanism for sharing state across the component tree without prop drilling. Rendering, virtual DOM, reconciliation algorithm, React Fiber, React's core rendering architecture for incremental rendering. Hooks, Hooks ecosystem. Use state, I know that one. Use effect, side effects, API call, subscriptions, DOM manipulations. Use context, access context without wrapping components. Use context, I have an idea. Use reducer, use ref, use memo, use callback, custom hooks. Okay, clear. Components, data flow, rendering, hooks system. React features, JSX syntax, HTML-like code in JavaScript, supports expressions, attributes, and children, event handling, conditional rendering, list and keys, forms, React lifecycle, React lifecycle, so mounting, updating, unmounting, error handling, performance optimization, React memo, pure, should component update, ecosystem, style testing. To me, it seems that Vue.js 3 seems to be much more complete framework compared to React.js. But also we have to consider that React.js it's not a framework by itself, it's just a library. Whereas whereas Vue.js it's a complete framework, complete front-end framework. That should be that. How is React.js compared to Vue.js 3? How different that. Okay. Philosophy. React, lightweight, library, and full framework. This is what I said. It's what I said. Provides rendering and component logic. Relies heavily on JavaScript with JSX. Everything is JavaScript approach. Less opinionated, more flexible. Vue 3, more comprehensive framework out of the box. Use HTML templates with Vue specific directives. Yeah, I know that. It has really interesting, complex directives to make templating really dynamic and flexible. Clear separation between template, script, and style. Yeah, even though it's based on kind of components, we can have it all in one single file. Template, script, and style, but there is a clear separation between them. Single file components. Yeah, that's right. Component structure. Components are primarily JavaScript JSX for React. Uses functional components with hooks. Logic UI mixed in the same code section. Logic and UI are often mixed in the same code section. That's for React. Okay. Vue 3. Components use template, script, style structure. Yeah. single file component. Composition API similar to React hooks. Still supports Opinions API View 2. Reactivity. React explicit state updates with use state or set state. Renders DOM. View 3 procs based reactivity. More granular reactivity. Learning curve. Steeper initial learning curve, especially with JSX. More conceptual knowledge required about JavaScript. View 3, generally considered more approachable for beginners. That's why I got on how this works, but not about React. Familiar syntax for those coming from HTML, CSS. More guided experience with clear conventions. Ecosystem and tooling. React, larger ecosystem, third-party libraries. More flexible. Strong community. Vue 3, more official libraries. Vuex, Pinia, Vue Router, yeah, mostly Vue-based libraries. Vue CLI have batteries included, growing community, performance, both are excellent. Which one to use? React, better for flexibility and freedom. JavaScript focused, large possible ecosystem. Vue 3 might be better for something well structured, well organized, smoother HTML, CSS integration, concise syntax. You're transitioning from traditional web development. So even though JavaScript and React.js seems to be much more JavaScript heavy and a lot of support and community, big ecosystem compared to Vue, which is kind of more centric to the Vue organization libraries in terms of the libraries and the community and support. Not that big compared to React, I think. Seems to be much more organized, clear, but not with React, where you can do whatever you want. It's like a free world, freestyle. So let's see some examples. This is an example. Data grid. Import data grid from this thing. Interface user. So we have interfaces to define an object. Function, user table, there's gonna be the component, columns, gonna be property of the component, blah blah blah, cell. So this is kind of the structure of the component, but still we have more users here, more data being defined. And finally we have the return data grid where, wait, okay, we are creating the user table and we are importing the data grid to put in there our users. We got the data, we got the columns, the how we want to sort, what's going to be selectable, what's going to happen when the user clicks on that, and that's the only example I got. Where are all examples? I have more examples, let's create one. So learning on React.js based on documentation give me examples of components or real case scenarios. Learn from it. Make sure we are following best practices and using today's ecosystem library. tailwind or similar. Go. Okay, I need to see some examples. Okay, let's get this finished. Otherwise, it's gonna complain and it's going to time out me. It will time out me. Time out me. Time out me. Cool. Notification toast component. These are the notification stuff that appears and disappears automatically. I import the use state use effect from React. Then I have this Lucid React, which I guess it's a third-party component. Where it's doing the other thing. Types, success, error, warning, messages. I mean, those are going to be the properties of the toast types. So this seems to be like a global property, toast types, and not this is not inside the function, the component. So we define the component on here, toast. It has a message, a type, duration, and what to do on close. We define the state. So use state, set state seems to be the most used way to store information. I remember we had more options, like 2-3 ways to store information with Vue.js, which seem to be good, amazing. So we define some properties of the component. We have this specific event, yeah, which automatically closes the toast after a specific time. If not visible, don't render anything. And we return the toast, which is gonna be a div. We specify the class name, and icon component, the message inside the toast, a button if you want to run some actions. And there I don't see where the use effect is being used. So we have the use effect, but where is this being used actually? Where is this being used? Set visible, set them out. I have the button, X circle, wait. Okay, this is another component. Toast container. It's just a container. Add a toast. We define the toast properties. Where is the message? Oh, here we have the message, but it's gonna be empty or what? Okay, remove toast. But when these functions are being used? Okay, here we have something. Remove toast is over here. Okay, we are finally sending or creating the component, returning the component here. And that's it. Okay. This is a little bit more complex. User registration form component. Okay, let's see that one. Good. Okay. So, user registration form. What is this? This is the property definition for the form, which has full name, email, password, and confirmed password. Validation state. Handle input changes. Handle change. So by every keystroke is going to do something. validate form. This is a function definition for the form validation. Validate name, validate email, validate emails. In case something is bad or good, not expected, new errors, map's gonna be updated. Return new errors. Handle for submission, handle submit. What's gonna do? If prevent default, which gonna do to stop the web browser doing the default behavior of the button event after click, and instead this function will take care of validating. Check the form, validate form. Check if there are errors in the form. Set errors in case of any. Answer to do nothing. Set errors. I would like to see where is that. Submit form if everything is okay. Try catch. Wait and submit. Form data. Reset form on success rate. Finally, set is submitting. And at the end, we return the HTML message. We have a space where we iterate. No. We print in the HTML if we have any kind of error in a div class name, in a particular div container. We have the form, we define the labels, the names, inputs with default values, errors, file name. Okay. If any of these forms have a specific error, then it's gonna be, we will put the error in with a border red 300, and we have all of them: email, name, password, confirm password, and we export it. As simple as that. So seems to be pretty straightforward. A lot of coding compared to Vue.js, which I don't think it's a good idea. I'm using Django because I need to write less code in order to have a prototype running. Now for the front end, which can be chaotic because we have multiple things in one single application, from JavaScript animation validations to CSS and styling, and the HTML, which is gonna put things in place. Multiple things we are talking about. It seems to be much friendly if I use Vue.js, but I'm trying to use React because it's the most popular framework, and now I'm not feeling happy. Not feeling happy. I think I will need to go back to Vue.js, but market is demanding React developers, which means something. I can't believe everything is written. So let's see why React.js is more popular than Vue.js. 3. Anyone? React.js is much more popular among developers than other than other GIS technologies. React, Vue.js, because of the opportunities and flexibility it provides, be it with rich third-party libraries, it's the ecosystem, the community, the ability to build complex functionalities, or even adapting an app to multiple devices. That's something that Vue can do as well. Why is React more popular than Vue? When Vue is faster and easier to use. And this was 3 years ago. 4 years ago, what? I tried to pick up all three: React, Vue, Angular. I found that Vue is easier to use. Love the new Vue 3. Composition APIs, yes, and I got used to them. Is how I do everything. Also, script setup is the way to go. Background C sharp. Fell in love with Vue. And you will need to pay big money to make me cheat on it with React or Angular. At the end of the day, this is where your expertise lies. Yeah. And yes, Angular or React has more third-party libraries, but I was never shy of doing things from scratch if needed. So, yeah, that's what I say. Vue is easy to use, but people prefer to use React because of the community and the third-party libraries. Study it. Okay, let's go. Let's go.